Welcome. Welcome to today's live stream. I've been out for a couple weeks, so happy to be back. Today I'm feeling like sharing. I have a lot of new stuff that I've been making, and I should turn off my notifications for this. But yeah, today I'm basically just going to share a bunch of music that I've been making over the last few weeks. If you're curious, I'm pretty much just putting this all through Ableton on the push, triggering the tracks in one-shots, no tempo syncing or anything like that. And I'm going to treat this a little bit like a radio show. We'll see how it goes. We're going to start with some music that I am working on for an album. A solo album. Well, a solo album with assistance. But the closest thing that I would call to my upcoming solo album. This first track is called 3 Minutes.
Question, 3 minutes to make suggestions, 3 minutes. Oh, and as the pieces fall into place, I don't know what I was trying to say at all. Still, I've got 3 minutes to make sense, to justify the time spent, to put words in a sequence. As we run out of time, I've got 3 minutes to pull you in, 3 minutes to take a chance, to hope that I'll make a difference. But in what way, I don't know. Following all the signals, I can make every choice for me. Wouldn't it be so cruel to take you away from all your precious things? So make a choice if you'd like. Following all the signals, you may find yourself here with me. Why don't we spend 3 minutes here together? It could be worse, it could be better, it could be worse, it could be better.
So I just realized I'm on my 2.4G network. We're going to try reconnecting without interrupting the stream. Wish me luck. And we're back, but I think we had to sacrifice a bit of the first end of that. I think the way Restream works is they probably disconnected and reconnected. I'm not sure. Let's see. Honestly, it might all be one thing. Can anyone hear me? Check 1 2 2, check 1 2 3. Drop a message in the chat if you can hear me. Well, just in case, I'm going to play that one more time. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm going to play that one more time, and we're just going to go from there so that we have the whole set in one place. Here's 3 minutes, one more time. I wrote the song at the end of June.
Got 3 minutes to make sense. 3 minutes for context. 3 minutes to make it right. As we run out the time, you've got 3 minutes to open up. 3 minutes to say enough. 3 minutes to make a change. Just make it the same. You've got 3 minutes to ask a question, 3 minutes to make suggestions, 3 minutes. Oh, and as the pieces fall into place, I don't know what I was trying to say at all. Still, I've got 3 minutes to make sense, to justify the time spent, to put words in a sequence as we run out of time. I've got 3 minutes to pull you in, 3 minutes to take a chance, to hope that I'll make a difference. But in what way, I don't know. Following all the signals, I can make every choice. For me, wouldn't it be so cruel to take you away from all your precious things? So make a choice if you like. Following all the signals, you may find yourself here with me. Why don't we spend 3 minutes here together? It could be worse, it could be better. It could be worse, it could be better.
You're probably familiar with the concept of time warps. One moment, everything seems perfectly normal. The next, a surprise. The time has moved either faster or slower than expected. How in the world did this happen? How could it be that I feel behind the present. So before we all go setting our watches again, before we accelerate our attempts to recalibrate, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the different timelines and wavelengths present today. How they stretch and shrink and grow. How they overlap and bend and break. How they can vanish in some instances and reappear elsewhere. How the ones we thought we could outrun, in reality, await. Are we synchronized? 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 In the time that it takes to hear these words, one could say echoes of the past get in the way. For as I try to be clear, these simple sounds drawing near, your attention starts to slip away. Not for long do we have one another where lines are drawn. We will meet between them. Time marches on, but with your powers and mine we can escape the draw every now and then. Time is passing, time is passing, time is passing, the time is passing. Time is passing, time is passing, time is passing, time is passing, the time is passing. Are we synchronized? Are we synchronized? In these words, you may find my attempts to comply. Keeping time takes all the time you've got. Vain attempts to control. Still we know in our soul, living things do not obey the clock. Not for long do we have one another when lines are drawn. We will meet between them. Time marches on, but with your powers and mine we can escape the draw every now and then. Time is passing, time is plastic, the time is passing. Time is passing, time is plastic, time is passing, time is passing, the time is passing. Can you feel this? Can you? Do you feel this? Do you? Sensing, seeking, reaching, grasping, holding on to something lasting, chasing ever after
in the past. No complaints when we're together. Only wish it be forever. Make another memory, make it last. Sensitive minds would like to know what turns you on. Reaching the heights with every goal, or making love. What's the smallest thing that gives you a rush? You couldn't have said it before, but you feel it now. Can you feel this? Can you? Could you feel this? Could you? All that falls between the cracks eventually comes floating backwards underneath the current of events. What was once a passing matter passes on in clouds that gather, pouring down like teardrops in the end. Curious eyes would like to see what gets you up. Where is the switch and where's the keyhole to unlock? What's the smallest thing that gives you a rush? It's not always easy to find, but you feel it now.
So, you just heard 3 songs from my upcoming album. I've been avoiding bridge writing for a little while. I have a couple ideas for bridges, but I haven't really settled on bridges for any of these songs, actually. So they're pretty much just verse 1, chorus, verse 2s. Actually, the first song is complete. But I think deciding on like how I want bridges to go is going to be a big part of how the album sounds. I think bridges are so interesting in a storytelling sort of way. And also, I think the track order may even play a role in deciding how these songs end. So I kind of want to keep it open a little bit and maybe just record all the ideas first before like joining them together. I have one last song to share from this project. Some other things about the process. I was producing a lot this past year, and a lot of it was on stream actually. But I think one of the things that's been exciting about returning to songwriting is thinking about the production as a way to enhance the lyrics of the song. rather than as like a full arrangement, but to really emphasize the fact that there is a voice. I've been listening to a lot of instrumental music, so I think I've been sort of wanting to make sure that the voice is supported by the music, as opposed to sort of just like the voice being a part of one of the instruments that you choose. So I've also been sort of arranging these songs with a particular group of people in mind, some people I've worked with. I want to have like a bassist, 2 backup singers, maybe a poet, and the octatrack and me. So pretty tight crew, and I like the idea of sort of having that limit for the whole project. So this is the last song. It's called Collapse. And I should say that's collapse, not claps, just to clarify.
Say, have you heard we're living in a living nightmare? Chase all you want, you can't catch up, you're not going anywhere. Heaven knows we could do so much more if we ever had a chance. But heaven knows these are the times we got to get with the program. I can't deny I'm struggling to find an answer that fits within this life. I could try to make a statement and lift it up high as it all comes down, or we could just collapse, or we could just collapse. Change happens all the time, just not the kind we're looking for. And I can't keep up with the so-called normal life they're asking for. I'd rather stay at home, speak my mind to no one in particular. Choose my words with care, make them stare when I speak truth to power. Ask yourself, beyond your own life, do you really know what's wrong or right? You could try to make a statement, fist to the sky as it all comes down, or we could just collapse.
I just realized I automatically muted the bridge that I recorded, which is kind of telling. But I should just play it because it was an idea I had for the ending of the song, and I'm a little uncomfortable about it because it's very classical inspired, but okay, I'll just play it.
We could just just
So that song's tentatively called Collapse. Still not 100% sure about the piano outro thing. Only because I'm trying to work within a certain limitation for the songs, and I think if I had piano, then I'd want to play piano live, and then I have to bring another keyboard, so trying to keep it pretty limited in terms of the instrumentation. I actually almost cut bass as well from the project because I was like, I can't play bass and Octatrack at the same time, so I'll have to find a bassist. And I don't work regularly with a bassist right now. But I just love bass too much, so I ended up just writing all of them with some kind of bass line in mind. We're gonna move on into some instrumental tracks. I'm looking at these trying to figure out what the order is going to be, but basically these started out as instrumentals I wrote for friends, and depending on how that goes, I can imagine that the songs may change a lot between now and then. And I'm kind of excited about the idea of releasing an instrumental electronic EP of some kind, so these may end up being released in that form, whether or not they go on to become songs themselves. This first one is a beat that my friend Def made, and he asked me to do a section in the middle, so I've been really excited about the way that this sounds, and this is the current iteration of the song that we're calling Deep Jungle right now. Cool. So those are some of the songs that I've been working on. Mostly started out as instrumentals for others, but then I realized I kind of like them the way they are. So I think regardless of how they end up, I kind of want to keep them in mind for an instrumental EP. And hello, Doesn't Donut. I'm actually going to throw another one in here, which is from months ago. But I'm going to play two more from this section. And this next one is just another one of those beats that I made that I'm kind of curious to hear vocals on, but I'm also kind of looking to just make a weird oblique electronic project out of. So we'll see what happens. It's called Carbonate. And the last one I'll play is from like pre-quarantine times, but it would probably end up in this project as well. So that last song is called Thalassophobia, which was named after a subreddit that I like, which is all about fear of the ocean. Very happy with the name of that and the way it sounds. But yeah, I was just thinking it'd be fun to sort of put together a bunch of electronic instrumental works from this past year and just release that. I think I might honestly just play one of them now and see how it sounds against the others. This one's called Current. I really like that. Yes, behind me is the OB6 by Dave Smith. It's a very wonderful instrument. Just now, this last 3 months, I've made a shift in how I'm using it, and very pleased with how it sounds again. I think at first listen, it's easy to think that it sort of does a handful of things well, and tweaking the knobs just makes them not those things. But I think the things I like have shifted, and now I'm happy again with how it sounds. Sorry, I got a new mic stand and it's not holding my mic up very well. I'm using Ableton. I haven't used Pro Tools in a pretty long time. Pretty happy with Ableton. Again, I think there's an aspect of it that's like sort of finding a new thing to like listening to that Ableton does really well. So, why don't we go on to some remixes? I've been a really big fan of remixes as a creator. I think it's really fun to just like recontextualize someone's voice and build your own world, and especially on your own time, because sometimes you have an idea and there isn't enough time if you're collaborating to sort of like just get it out before somebody wants to change it. So I've sort of been using that as a way to have more control over it. But I want to share a few remixes that I made for some friends. This first one is a song from my friend Twolips called Radar. We're still figuring out how we're going to release this, but it will definitely come out at some point because we love it too much.
Free falling, fall onto your radar. You're meant to be there. You're meant to be there. Let's end this, end this, end this. Been there, I've been scared. I let fear be tatted on my face, but my warrior spirit on the chase lay low. Cause it's coming from the inside. Quit getting lost when you're trying to be whole. Running through the world like you're praying for a new one. Asking every God why I gotta choose one. Choose one, choose one, choose one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna jump and leap. Oh yeah, I'm gonna raise the heat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a scene. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play for keeps. Oh yeah. No, I ain't gonna slow my roll. 2 lives got shots to call. Oh yeah. Make room for my family tree. Shed light on my family tree. Free falling, fall onto your radar. You're meant to be there. You're meant to be there. Let's end this, end this, end this. Free falling, fall onto your radar. Fall onto your radar. Your radar, your radar, your radar. You're off of the distortion. The many bad things that try to haunt you. The world is lawless. And that was just a caution to pray it out. They wanna keep us watching. They wanna keep us plugged into God stay good. You must protect your soul. You must protect your brightness. Stay vertical. I get it. Free falling, fall onto your radar. You're meant to be there. You're meant to be there. Let's end this, end this, end this. Free falling, fall onto your radar. Fall onto your radar. Your radar, your radar, your radar. Focus, keep me blind. Careful what's on your mind. Understand that this is a tactic delivered to trap you. If you are a brown fog, you better look into my eyes and see my humanity. Look at the place of capitalism, making a season, give it the reason. What does it mean?
chemicals. Listen to the sound of me and losing my mind. Can't get no reply, cause I'm in overdrive. Pretty little hood rat, call me on my line, but I'm spiraling out. I had to hit the decline button. I'm just trying to find the truth in the lost some. I'm just trying to find the truth in the lost some. If you set the females on fire, you gon' watch them burn, you gon' watch them burn. Yeah, you gon' watch them burn. Yeah, if you set the females on fire, you gon' watch them burn, you gon' watch them burn. Yeah, you gon' watch them burn. Yeah, watch them burn, yeah. 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 Watch them burn, yeah.
So that's the first remix for Twolips. Really excited about that one, but unfortunately, remixes are a challenge to release. It's hard to get anybody excited about them, except the people who are involved in them. I'm very excited about it. So we're figuring out the best way to share it that it will reach the most people. Because I love that song. Maybe it means making a version of it that you can DJ, honestly. As bizarre as that sounds. This next one is for a producer named Suzi Analog, who my friend Def introduced me to. Beat maker, DJ, just all around awesome human. And she released some acapellas on Bandcamp, which I will link in the comments in the chat. She released some on Bandcamp and I picked them up. And she tends to do this, so if you look through her discography, you'll find some things you can play with. So definitely check her out. So this song is called Way Outta.
I didn't know how I would get it. I didn't know if it was coming through. I had to challenge my perspective to know what's meant for you will come to you. Tears are not by nothing. Each time I let go, I would reach new heights. My faith was blind, but it was something. Just me and the track.
You made a way out, way out, way out, way I made a way.
When they counted me out of sight,
Way out, way out, way I made a way. I made a way.
So that's Way Outta, my remix. Enjoying ending songs with 808, what is that, rides or crashes or whatever that thing is. Probably a crash? I don't remember. But what a classic ending to a song. I believe this next one does as well. This song is by this group CAPYAC. I'm pretty good friends with Delwyn. Big fan of his keyboard skills. And they just released an album called Forever. CAPYAC Forever. Great graphic design on the cover. And I remixed the final track on their album. Delwyn and I saw each other at a Ben UFO concert a month or two ago, and we were like, oh shit, we finally get to party. And then he asked me to do a remix for one of their new songs, and I picked this one after listening to the whole album. It just seemed like something I would want to sort of build a whole new world to. So you can hear it in the link I just posted in the chat, and I will play my remix now.
You get a look inside my head, and if I feel the feeling, but the buzz
That's simultaneous remix. You're listening to Office Hours Radio. Doing my most soothing voice possible. Yeah, that song I finished producing 2 weeks ago. And along with a lot of the other ones, it's kind of been part of a personal movement of mine to just finish things just to a certain point and then move on. And let me tell you, it feels a lot better than spending an extra week trying to perfect that one song at the cost of having a bunch of songs that are still in demo form. But I think going into finishing mode is going to feel really good. I say that now, so I'll let you know if that pans out as expected. I have 4 more songs to share today. These kind of go under the bootleg category because I downloaded acapellas on YouTube and then I remixed them in sort of like a lo-fi SoundCloud tradition. They're probably still more polished than some of the stuff that I've been listening to that I'm drawing inspiration from. But I will drop a whole litany of influences that kind of inspired, actually only just a handful, but things that have inspired this bootleg collection, which I'd like to release in some form. Maybe I'll just drop them on SoundCloud one day. But I'm also not sure if the copyright stuff's going to catch me. So this is also a bit of a test to see if YouTube catches it. I did throw a number of things on the vocals, distortion, ring mod at times. So I'm kind of curious to see if the algorithm catches me. And these were also I came up with them because I was DJing a friend's birthday party and wanted to have some original tracks to play. This first one is Enemy by Charlie XCX.
Close, put
This next one is a mashup between Whitney Houston and Beyonce, which I did because the friend whose birthday it was, they were really into both of those artists. Enjoy.
Right
right in this little garage. Make it cream, make me scream. Out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Swallow me, drip down inside of me. Quick jump out for you, let it get inside of me. I tell them where to put it, never tell them where I'm about to be. I run down on them before I have a nigga running me. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a call while you ride that dick. You really ain't never got him looking for a thing. He already made his mind up before he came. Now get your boots and your coat for this wet ass pussy. He bought a phone just for pictures of this wet ass pussy. Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this wet ass pussy. Now make it rain if you wanna see some wet ass pussy.
Look, I need a hard hit, I need a deep stroke, I need a Henny drink, I need a weed smoke, not a garden snake, I need a king cobra with a hook in it, hope to lean. Oh, got some money, then that's where I'm headed. Pussy A1, just like his credit. He got a beard and I'm tryna wet it. I let him taste it, now he diabetic. I don't wanna spit, I wanna go, I wanna gag, I wanna choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. My hand can misfire, but I need the sun, it's going and drying, it's coming outside. Yeah, I run that thing, the cuz behind me, I spit on his mic and I hate tryna sign me.
Yeah, I'm a freak bitch, handcuffs, leashes. Switch my wig, make him feel like he cheating. Put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. Never lost a fight, but I'm looking for a beat. Don't chain, I'm the one that eat you. If he ate my ass, he's a bottom feeder. Big D stand for big demeanor. I can make you bust before I ever meet you. If it don't hang, then it can't bang. You can't hurt my feelings, but I like pain. If you fuck me and ask who's is it when I rock the dick, I'ma spell my name.
Make it drop, that's some wet ass pussy. Now get a bucket and a mop, that's some wet ass pussy. I'm talking drop, 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 that's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot, that's some wet ass pussy. Yeah.
Alright, so this is the last one I'm gonna play. This is the last one I'm gonna play today. It's called it's a sorry Doja Cat song, and the song is called Need to Know, but I mashed it up with a techno track called Fuck Me. I'll link the original tracks so you can see, but I essentially just mashed them up. Really loved how they sounded together though. Anyway, I'll be signing off after this, so thank you so much for listening to some of these unreleased tracks and demos. I'm hoping that all of them will see the light of day in a more legit, distributed sense. So you have that to look forward to. But here's a sneak preview. Alright, so here is my mashup, which doesn't have a name at the moment. These will most likely live on SoundCloud, so keep an eye out for my SoundCloud page updates.
Yeah. Wanna know what it's like? Yeah. Wanna know what it's like? Ask me what it's like. I don't got no tights. I just wanna fuck all night. Yeah, yeah. Oh
can handle the sex. Probably give yourself a panic attack. Sorry if I gave a random erection. Probably thinking I'm a telekinetic. Oh, wait, you a fan of the man? Pussy like an Alakazam. I heard from a friend of a friend that dick was a 10 out of 10. I can't stand it just one night. Take with the drink, give me a sip. Tell me what you can, give me the dick. Please slap me, choke me, bite me. Wait, I can take it, give a fuck about what your wife is saying. Wanna know what it's like? Baby, show me what it's like. I don't really got no tights. I just wanna fuck all night, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 baby, I need to know. I just fantasize, ain't got a lot of time. But we can throw the pipe, cause know what it's like, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 baby, I need to know.
So that's all of the tracks that I've been working on in the last couple months, actually. It's been a really creative period, and I'm really hoping to organize these. I think at this point, it's really just a matter of organizing them and taking the time to configure them in a way that I'm excited about, because I think individually I'm pretty excited about them. But releasing ends up being so much about packaging, which is often not very exciting. But packaging also creates context for finishing. So that's kind of the next stage for me. Maybe just make case files for each of these and then start making decisions about how I want them to sound in the end. And they're all kind of in this sort of like purgatory state, in the sense that they still need a couple key decisions to be made that will help them complete. So, yeah, I appreciate you listening. Thank you. Drop your comments and whatever in the comment section. Let me know what you think of these projects, if there's any that particularly excite you, any ideas you might have. I will take them into consideration at the very least. And I hope you have a great weekend. It's the weekend again. Stay safe. And have a great week. We'll see. I think I should be able to do another Friday next week, so I'll see you next week.